welcome. Today is the day. Today is launch day. Today is March 13th. And look into my eyes. Intersectionality of Identity is available on Amazon, on all of the major outlets. We're going to be on at Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Target, and quite a few small bookstores as well, independents. So just super excited. And today what I want to dive into is I want to talk about the importance of 313 or March 13th and why every book in the Metamorphosis series will be released on March 13th. So I believe many of you have heard this, but Metamorphosis is the series. There are 7 books in the series. The first one was From Savior to Changemaker. You see it back there on my shelf. Let me go this way right there. The second one is Look Into My Eyes, the one we're launching today, and there will be 5 more. So for the next 5 years, we will be releasing a book on March 13th. So put that in your calendar. But before we go into that, I want to share some exciting news because even though today is officially launch day, we have been able to do pre-sales for this entire week, which is why I've been doing the lives. But what I find to be so amazing is yesterday we got notification that we were #1 new release. We were featured on Amazon as a hot new release, #1 yesterday. And that was before we even launched. So let's see if we can keep that. And if we can make sure we get into some more areas there, because we know that the more we get into those best new releases, best sellers, then the more visibility we get. And the more visibility means more people will read it. And if more people read it and actually do the work that we talk about within it, we'll be able to kind of bridge the polarization that we're experiencing in our society today. So let me dive in a little bit to why March 13th is so important. So I grew up in the Metro Detroit area, and Detroit is a whole vibe. And if you have ever been to Detroit, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you've heard about us because we're just that awesome. But the original area code for Detroit is 313. Now, over the years, it's expanded as more people got phones, as we started having people with 3, 4 different phone numbers. We had to expand, obviously, right? But 313 has always been the original Detroit area code. So when we were thinking about how we were going to market and what we were going to do, I just happened to be, it was, gosh, when was it exactly? I think it was around March that we were looking at what that schedule was going to look like. It was before we even launched the first book. And I remember talking to my publisher and she's like, well, is there a date that would be important? And at first I thought May 13th, because that is our actual anniversary of our business. And I said, but yes, I'm the founder of Us Squared. I'm also Megan Fuciarelli as a whole entity. And as an author, I'm writing this as Megan Fuciarelli. I reference pieces from Us Squared, but I'm really writing it as Megan Fuciarelli. And I kept thinking, and I said, wait, March would be a good time to release. Wait, March 13th is what we call here in Detroit, Detroit Day. And there's a lot of Detroit-based companies who do things on Detroit Day, but it's been recent. I came up with this idea of releasing all of my books on March 13th 4 years ago. My first book was released 3 years ago, or I'm sorry, 2 years ago. Last year, this book was actually ready to be released in 2025. The first book, From Savior to Changemaker, was released in 2024, March 13th. This book was supposed to be released on 2025 of March 13th, but because of our socio-political climate, the publisher and I decided to hold off and to wait. So we actually did not release anything in March of 2025. And now this one is March of 2026. And we will have the next 5 on March 13th. But so 313, I'm going in circles now because I'm just so excited. There's so much going on today. But 313 in honor of Detroit. Okay. Now, the whole idea of Metamorphosis, which is the series, Metamorphosis, which again is the juxtaposition of metamorphosis and justice. It's built on a simple idea. Transformation begins within. So many of you know purple is really important. I'm always wearing purple. I've got purple in the background. All of my books are purple. The other element that you will see in all of the books around metamorphosis is a butterfly. Now, butterflies are very important to me as well. You see me wearing my butterfly necklace. I have a butterfly ring. Butterflies are very important as well, and they're on all of the Metamorphosis books. And the reason for the butterfly is the idea of metamorphosis. So butterflies have to cocoon within themselves. They form a chrysalis, right? I learned that in science. Cocoons are actually moths, not butterflies. But butterflies create this chrysalis and they have to work inside. They're getting all this gooey mess inside. If you ever break a chrysalis open too early, number one, it harms the creature within, but it's also really ugly and sticky and gross. And when we think about how we can transform social justice, it's going to be a little ooey and sticky and gross from time to time. And I believe that Detroit has kind of embodied that. We have come from so much. I mean, if you really look at the history of Detroit, we started booming because of the automotive industry. But before that, we had the Detroit riots, right? We've had so many different things kind of ebb and flow throughout the years. We had the start of the auto industry with Ford, and then we had the launch of different vehicles and different families coming into the auto capital of the world for a very long time. Motor City is Detroit, right? Then we had the Detroit riots, which was just a really it was a very large indicator and one of the first instances of significant white flight. We had redlining that we still see today. Anyone who follows M&M knows about 8 Mile. 8 Mile is a significant line. On one side, it's extremely wealthy. On the other side, you have burnt out homes. Literally, you can see them from across the street. But Detroit is so indicative of how we can bring back what we know is the heart of society, which is just general human kindness. We see the shirts everywhere about Detroit versus everybody. And it's not about confrontation, it's about we can do this. We are powerful as a city. We do so much and we support one another, and the culture is strong in Detroit. And I wanted to honor that. Even though I have not lived in the city proper, I feel very strongly attached to so many people and so many cultural components that are within the city of Detroit. So I want to really reflect on that and I wanted to honor that. And the other thing I want to share before we end this live for today, we're doing something special. In the past, with the first book, I said that if anyone booked me to come out and speak, I would give out copies of my book. But we're doing something different today. Today, if you purchase a copy of the book for everyone on your team, whether you have a leadership team, whether you're in a school district, if you're in a building in a school district and you buy a book for everyone on your staff, I'll come out and do a free training. If you are in a district and you buy one for every one of your district leaders or your building-based leaders, I'll come out to an admin meeting. If you are in a corporate environment and you buy one for everyone on your team, I'll do a team meeting. But I will come out and provide a free training, whether that's in person or virtual, depending on where you're at. But I would love to share that as a complimentary training session if you purchase a copy of the book. Now, if you choose to do that, we're going to put the link for the Amazon right here. We would love for you to purchase through Amazon. We're trying to make sure that we get a specific ranking within that. Purchase the book on Amazon, send us over your receipt, and we'll get you lined up. So that's that deal. We're switching it up today. I want to make sure we get Look Into My Eyes listed again as a bestseller, a best new release, not for the ego of it, but for the visibility of it. We know that when we can get visibility, we can get more people talking about this conversation, which is so critical. So thank you to everyone who supported this journey. I'm not going to make today's live a long one because I want you all to spend your time focusing on all of the amazing things that you have for the day. And I would love for your support. Again, it's Look Into My Eyes, Intersectionality of Identity. We also have a specific campaign that we're doing for the book, just to share some more information, a lot of benefit resources, a lot of great things coming your way. If you have not already ordered your copy, today is the day. Let's start the conversation together. Stay in touch with us, join our newsletter, check out our social media. There's so many great things happening, and it's all because of you all. So thank you so much, and cannot wait to see the results of today's launch day.